Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we got ourselves another mod. So the question of the day is blow off valve or diverter valve. Let's figure out which one's better. We got one sitting here on the bench. Let's see what we're working with. Just got this in the mail. We are going to be installing a Turbosmart diverter valve. That's right, no blow off valve, because as you know, CVT juke stock, not putting a lot of power onto it, so no need to go off blow off valve. Let's see what comes in the package. Okay, this is pretty much all we're really going to need. Here's the Turbosmart box. Got this from Fast Religion. Again, shout out to Fast Religion. Everything he has on his site will be available in my description. Here's what's all in the box. Cool little sticker, some instructions, but here is the diverter valve. Alright, comes with a nice little paper gasket, but this is the baby here. So it's all aluminum or all metal. The stock diverter valve that's on the car is plastic, so it tends to leak boost pressure and all that. So having something more robust like this is just a simple upgrade. No whoosh sound from a blow off valve, but like I say, you don't need all that when you're running stock. Pop this off here, and this is the component we're going to be replacing. Look at that, all plastic. Mine is fine, there's no issues with it, but like I say, I want to do repairs before it needs to be a repair. My boost pressure is fine, so just these tend to go out in the future, so we're just going to go ahead and swap it out now with a more reliable system. So this is a super simple mod, guys. Most people put blow off valves on here so they can hear that whoosh sound. Now, to explain what the difference between a diverter valve and a blow off valve is, the blow off valve, when your turbo is creating boost pressure and you have that air coming back through, it's going to blow off some of that pressure. When your foot lets off the gas pedal, that air pressure doesn't go back into your turbo, and it's let off into the atmosphere, hearing that whoosh sound that people love. Now, necessarily there's pros and cons to it. For this particular motor, like I said, I don't want to lose that pressure and throw any codes, because I'm not really creating any extra boost power per se. So instead of it going off into the atmosphere, it diverts it back into here, which will end up getting put back into the intake system, so I'm not losing any of that compressed air that was already collected. Like I say, these tend to leak and fail after a while. I'd say around 60,000 miles. I have 70,000 miles on my juke, so no issues as of yet, but we don't want to run into any issues, so we're going to go ahead and replace it now for the Turbosmart one. And to do that, we just undo this clamp here. I'm going to pull that off, undo this hose just to get it out of the way, undo this clamp here, and two 10mm bolts, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and do that. Undo this one. Set that to the side. I need my needle nose for these. Alright, so now we go ahead and undo this first 10mm. me try and get this other 10mm is underneath here. Kind of hard to get to, which is why I moved this out the way. See if that helps. I need a smaller extension. Okay. Okay, there's the stock diverter valve. Looks good, no cracks on it. This has an O-ring gasket. The Turbosmart has that paper gasket. So we'll go ahead and set this aside and we'll get the Turbosmart one. Okay, here's the Turbosmart one. We'll go ahead and set the paper gasket on, thread one of the bolts in so that way we don't lose that down in there somewhere, and then this just goes back in place. Go ahead and pre-thread that on. Same with the other bolt. Okay, so you want to snug these bolts on, not too tight because the housing is plastic, even though the new diverter valve is metal. So nice hand snug, not too tight, about right there. Okay, then we just attach all the other hoses back to it. So this first clamp here, like so, and then this can go back on that piece, then the main recirculation hose back on, clamp that into place, there we go, right there. Alright, everything's on, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so there it is. Super simple install. This is going to last a whole lot longer than the plastic stock one. Like I said, you won't hear that audible whoosh sound because air isn't actually coming out of it into the atmosphere. It's being recirculated. But it will boost up the air suction mode a little bit more, especially when you have the engine intake system on it that we have. So a little bit more of an audible sound that way, but not that distinct turbo sound, which is cool because like I said, it's my daily driver, and so we won't want to be putting too much wear and tear on it. So let's see how this new diverter valve sounds with the intake. I can definitely tell it's a little more louder audible sound, around 2,000 to 3,000 RPM. You can hear a little bit of flutter. Which is kind of neat. So sounds like it's working pretty good. Let's see if I go ahead and give it a little bit more gas. with that, guys, that's another mod in the bag. See you next time on the next one. All right, later.